Hi everyone and welcome to Season 2, Episode 5 of Reputation Rebuild at Auxerre with me, the United City FM. Welcome along. Now, truth, it's not going very well. We haven't had a very good run of form. Position in the league is even worse than it was last time out. And I'm not having much fun. Today, though, Sochaux Montbéliard is our opponent, and they are directly below us in the league, in the position below us. So we kind of have to win today. Let's see how we get on. So I really wasn't kidding about the form that we've been in. If we go and have a look in the schedule page, you can see the last couple of months. In that, we had that Grenoble match with a 0-0 draw. Since then, it's been more of the same. No goals really scored over that period of time until the very last match that we played against Dunkirk. 4-1 we beat them, but they're bottom of the table pretty much, and we expected to do that. But really, the run of form that we've been on has been absolutely shocking and so dead of inspiration and passion. And however much I've pleaded with them and pushed them and aggressively shouted at them and calmly tried to help them out, it just hasn't made the difference so far. But hopefully this last game has switched that switch on the form a little bit, and we can now look forward with a little bit more enthusiasm to the last few games of the season. We've got, about 8 left to go. The first up being Sochaux Montbéliard. If we go and have a look in the competition page, you can see they sit directly with us on 50 points after 30 matches. And we just have that goal advantage over them for the goal difference to sit above them in the table. We're both outside the playoffs now, though. 6th position we are in. We're only a point behind 5th place, so it's still possible. But the run of form that we've been on has not been good enough. And if we go into this slightly more detailed version of the competition page, you can see Sochaux Montbéliard's form has been exceptional recently. And we do have one more problem to talk about. So let's get into the tactics page, and you will see immediately that we are playing our young 16-year-old goalkeeper. Now the problem is that recently there's been some international matches. And for a while I thought that actually we weren't going to get some of these back from internationals on time to play the game. But that actually didn't turn out to be the case. They came back, which is fine. But Plizzari came back injured. And he is our one goalkeeper, really, for this season. Since January, when we sold one and I was then unable to bring one in at the last minute, it's been a bit of a problem. Now, Espinosa has played the game, one game for us already, out of necessity through the injury to Plizzari. But it hasn't, he hasn't got a lot of experience, let's say. So it's going to be imperative that we put as good a side around him as is entirely possible to do. And we've managed it just about. The only player that's out of the starting lineup is Chouameni. He's come back from a bit of a fitness issue himself, and so you see his match sharpness has dived a lot because he hasn't had the game time recently. So he's only on the bench because we have to protect him a little bit. Other than that, for the game against Sochaux Montbéliard, we are playing as strong a side as I can put out. So it is Espinosa in goal, Biwa and Cyprien in central defence, with Satou at right back, Boto at left back, Adiotti and Belogu with Herrera in central midfield, and Saki in that attacking midfield role, with Yanis and Mercier up top, with a bench of Wilson, Gaspar, Bernard, Chouameni, Ngando, Lebihan and Murdy. We've really got to start winning some games to get back into the playoffs. Can we do it today? Let's find out. Things keep going from bad to worse. I did a passionate team talk to suggest if we win today, we'll go back into the playoffs. I'm expecting you to do it. And it confused my players. Now, why it would confuse my players, I don't really know. But they're confused. Oh well, we'll put them out on the pitch confused at the thought that if we win today, we'll get back into the playoff spots. Why is that confusing? I don't really know. Anyway, here we go. Let's see what happens. Sochaux Montbéliard with a free kick on the far side of the penalty box into the back of the net. Where was the marking? Where was the defence? Where was anybody? Is anybody out there? Please help me. It's going really badly, folks. Oh dear. Good free kick because he found the guy that was in loads of space who headed it on into the 6-yard box, and their attacking player just got a little nick on it and took it away from Espinosa in goal, and they go 1-up after 4 minutes. It's going very well. Let's see if we can turn this game around. We've got 2 shots at goal, none on target for ourselves. Montpellier again with another free kick, this time on the near side. Cross goes right to the far side. We actually sort of blocked the shot a couple of times, and it ricochets around and eventually falls to another one of their attacking players, and he pokes it home for a 2-0 lead after half an hour. And I want my mummy. It's going really badly. We've lost all momentum in this series. Absolutely, totally. And at this point, I'm kind of just, in a way, hoping that we don't get to the playoffs and I can just end it and put it out of its misery. FM20 has been the most phenomenal year. If you've been following my channel, you know how it's grown over this year, which is insane. But it's to end the whole the cycle. This is a really bad series to do it with, isn't it? Anyway, 2-0 down at half time. They've had 8 shots and 2 on target. We've had 6 and 2. We've had 70% of the possession and done absolutely nothing with it at all. And that's typical of where we've been for the last few weeks. We hold the ball really well. We maintain the possession, but there's no impetus. There's no drive to get it into the box and do something with it. And then when we do, on the 6 occasions we get a shot away from away at goal, we don't get them on target. So there you go. Anyway, into the dressing room we go. Not good enough. We were going to go aggressive and say we want a much better showing after half time. Straight into the second half, into the shouts, show some passion we're going to go with. We're going to push it up into a slightly more attacking version of our play. Espinosa with a long goal kick, and we lose possession again, but we regain it just about. And it's Mercier picks up the loose ball, rise a challenge or two, and then has a pot shot at goal, and it goes narrowly wide. At least we got a shot away, but again, not on target, and that is a big issue. All the way through this series, the strikers have been a problem, haven't they, in consistency. And it has been a big problem. The likes of Yanis has got like 10 in 23 now, something like that, which is okay, but he hasn't assisted once so far, and that's a problem for a target man. You'd expect a few knockdowns from him to go to his partner in crime up there, Mercier, and it hasn't been doing it at all. Here he is on the ball. This time he does cross it in, and the header goes sort of a goal, but narrowly wide again. The likes of Mercier coming in as his first season, 17-year-old when he started, he's now 18. He's picked up about half a dozen goals in the 20-odd games he's played, which isn't terrible for such a young guy, but it's not as consistent as we need. And then we get the likes of Lebihan and Murdy, who are struggling again a little bit to really impact the way that we play. So Belogu is lacking in match sharpness, so we're going to bring him out and bring Chouameni back in just to keep boosting his match sharpness up again a little bit. And then we're looking for low ratings, really. We've got one at right back, Situ. We've got a couple in midfield at 6.7, so those are the likely changes we'll make. We'll bring Gaspar on for Situ. And then we're going to take off Saki and put Ngando in that attacking midfield role. Just see if he can help unlock the defence a little bit moving forward. Saki off the boil a little bit over the last few games as well. A real linchpin for our side and how we work the ball through to the strike force, and he's been going missing a little bit. 90th minute, though, we're going to go down to a 2-0 loss, it looks like. We're in and around the penalty box ourselves. Botto with a pot shot that doesn't quite work out. And it's Socio Montpellier with a chance to counter-attack right the way down to the left-hand side of the box and straight at the goalkeeper, fortunately. So he manages to parry it out for a corner. We have one last attack for ourselves, it looks like. Yanis with the cross in and Mercier with a header over the top of the bar. Again, not on target, and that's a big problem. 92 minutes gone, about half a minute or so of time to play, and Socio Montpellier have the ball down the right-hand side. We get a foot in, good challenge by Botto, goes out for a throw-in to Socio Montpellier, so they're keeping the pressure up on us down this right-hand side. And it looks like they're going to take the 3 points and leapfrog us. possibly into a playoff position themselves. Do they manage to do that just yet? Nope, they're still sitting in 6th. So Toulouse and the likes of Amiens above them are just a point clear of them. And we're now 4 points outside of the playoff positions. Now, if I don't get sacked before the end of the season, we've got one more episode to come. And in between now and then, the intention, of course, is to absolutely go in there and see if we can get on a better run of form. Aggressively showing me there's work to be done, back in training for tomorrow. We're going to keep bringing them back in until they figure out that they have to win games. But yeah, we've got a few games to play between now and the next episode. The board requests to see the manager. We're in trouble, folks. Let's see what happens. Mercier vows to end his goal drought. Well, good. Please do that. It would be very helpful. Board request. The board wish to hold a meeting regarding your position at the club. Your performance hasn't been good enough and your position is seriously under threat. Failure to attend the meeting will terminate your contract. So let's attend the meeting, shall we? We're not happy with the current performance and considering your position at the club. We would like to know what you think or why you think the team have performed so badly. Let's see what the options are. This is my first job in management. Nope, can't use that one. That's too defeatist. Been unlucky with the amount of injuries. That is a bit true. We have had some key injuries. We've had a difficult run of fixtures. Not really. It looks worse than it is. Played really well. The form table doesn't show that. Stick to the plan and everything will work out. We could do that. I think we're going to go with the injury one, though. There have been some. The number of injuries in the squad isn't as bad, and we do not see that as a valid reason. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. I think we've had some key injuries, to be honest. I promise you things will look better in a month from now. Give me until then. We look forward to keeping your promise, okay? In a month from now, let's see what we've got coming up in the schedule. It's pretty much the end of the season, isn't it? So we might not make it to the end of the season. Who knows? You're going to have to join me next episode to find out how this ends, whether we finally figure out how to get into the playoffs again, whether we lose our job before the end of the season, or whether we get to the end of the season and then don't qualify for the playoffs. One of those things is likely to happen next episode. I hope you'll join me to find out. Thank you for joining me today, though. It's been really bizarre, this run of form, and so disappointing, potentially, to end the whole of the FM20 cycle on such a downbeat series. But that's the way we've had our cards dealt to us, so we have to deal with it. Hope you'll join me for next episode to see how it all plays out. So you remember that we talked about the 3 options that could happen to us before the end of the season? Well, one of them happened to us, and I got the sack. My Auxerre adventure is over, and I it was so bad. I'm telling you, this is the schedule for the last few weeks. So at Sochaux Montbellier, we lost 2-0. We had a reserve goalkeeper in who's a young 16-year-old. The rest of the side didn't play well enough. We lost the game. We picked up a couple of results. We did okay for the next couple, and I thought, we've turned it around. The board will be happy. Eventually, they'll see that we're doing well. And then it just fell apart again, and we lost 2 games in a row. And the last game against Guingamp was a real nail in the coffin. And they then pulled the plug, basically. With 3 games to go of the season, they decided that our time was done. We weren't doing good enough. We currently sit in 7th position in the Ligue 2. And it looked like the playoffs were too far away from us, which I kind of agree with. And so they had enough. And they sacked me. So the success and the fun and the adventure of FM20 for the last 10 months or whatever it's been, even longer than that, 12 months, we got sacked in the last series of the season, of the cycle, should I say. Okay, well, so there won't be another episode of the Auxerre adventure, Reputation Rebuild. It's suffice to say, we didn't rebuild their reputation, did we? We kind of stomped on it and buried it into the ground somewhat. But that's okay. That's Football Manager. That's what happens. I didn't do a very good job on this one. It was a sort of a game, a series that I threw in at the end of FM20 just to try and tide us through to have something on the channel. I don't know whether I ever really felt attached to it as much as I really should have, potentially. We didn't look after the finances of the club. I thought the second season we were going to be able to find a way to get up to the top division and that would sort our finances out, but the gamble didn't pay off. And in the end, we just weren't good enough. And so I got the sack. So thank you very much, FM20. It's been very, very nice knowing you. It's been a lot of fun all the way through this cycle. I've had some amazing times and the growth of my channel is ridiculous. But I'm kind of glad to see the back of the game now. Onwards to FM21. Let's see what that brings in a week or so from whenever you see this video. We got the sack. Okay, never mind. Onwards to FM21. I'll see you for Leeds United in the beta of FM21 as soon as it drops on day one. I hope to get the first episode out, so keep an eye on for that. I might put a retrospective video out next week, maybe, about my journey through FM20 and what it's meant to me, so maybe look out for that one. May or may not happen, but this is it. This is the end of FM20 on my channel, on my YouTube channel. It's been fantastic. Not so much recently. Anyway, again, we'll go through the process. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for joining me through this adventure. Thank you for all the views through FM20. Subscribe to the channel if you're just seeing this for the first time. Welcome along. Join my United City community. The more the merrier. It's much better with you in it. I promise you that. Click the like button on this episode for me. Helps me get seen by lots of other people, even though at the moment I don't really want to be, but it does. So that would help the growth of the channel, so do that for me. Until next time though, for FM21 and Leeds United in the beta, take care of yourselves. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.